Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, today I thought about giving you some tips on whether or not putting in for an upgrade is worthwhile. Now, I'm not talking about bidding on an upgrade. I'm talking when you're filling out your information and you're booking it and your agents are booking it for you. There's a little slot on there that says open to upgrades or do not upgrade. And most of the time I will put on there do not upgrade unless specifically told. And I'll give you some reasons why. So at first glance, a cabin upgrade sounds terrific, right? It just sounds, hey, I'm gonna get a better cabin for free. Why not do it? What's the downside? Well, there can be many downsides. For one thing, a cabin upgrade is not necessarily considered what you would think an upgrade is. It can be just a category upgrade, because if you book a cabin, you will notice that, say, an interior cabin may have, interior section D, then a C, then a B, and then an A. And of course, they consider A the better section on the ship. They're often a little bit more expensive. For instance, they will be more midship, or they will be in a better position than, not underneath the pool deck, or things like that. Well, if you put in and you're in a cabin D, they may put you in a category B, but they might put you in a place that you don't want to be. They might put you directly beside a bar, or underneath or above a bar, depending on the cruise line. Many cruise lines have entertainment venues mid-ship, not just on the top decks and the lower decks. So that is one of the reasons there. You do not control where they go. When you get an upgrade, you do not get to choose where that upgrade is. They choose for you. And this happened a lot, for instance, during the pandemic when they had to isolate a bunch of cabins. Well, they didn't block off those cabins to book. And then when people booked them, they found out about 5 days or 3 days before going on the cruise, they were automatically moved. Well, you might have gone from a nice quiet area on the ship to a particularly noisy area of the ship, just because they considered it, well, it's a better category of cabin. Okay, great. Next you book an interior cabin and you get upgraded, say, to a balcony. Well, obviously balconies are going to be better, right? Then not necessarily. Not all balconies are considered equal, right? Again, you could be placed in a venue that's noisier than other places. You could be right under that pool deck. You could be right under the overtop of the theater. You could be placed in a lot of positions that would hamper perhaps your enjoyment of the cruise. Now, if you're one of those people who just don't care, I want a cheaper cabin, put me anywhere on the ship and you let the cruise line choose kind of thing, then an upgrade, they're speaking to you, because you don't care where you go, so an upgrade is an upgrade. And you might strike it rich with a really good upgrade. I've had some upgrades in the past that I've liked, and I've had some upgrades I definitely did not. For instance, if I'm in a mini suite, and I'm in their higher end category mini suite, well, if I put an upgrade in, say, yes, I'll take an upgrade, and they upgrade me, I don't expect to go down in class, I expect it to go up. So if I'm in a mini suite, the next category for me is a suite. And so usually there's not too many bad areas of a suite on a cruise line, but believe it or not, there are some cabin suites out there that I would consider not a great location. For instance, the Celebrity Edge class ships. They have sky suites located all over their ships, but they also have a sky suite class that's directly in line with the restaurant that moves up and down, that they also use, as a platform to disembark guests if they have to, shuttle and things like that. Well, I did notice that some of those cabins, when you're there, your view is basically of the bottom of that bar, or if you're on a lower deck, you're basically just overlooking that when it's in use all day. It can be a little bit, not in the bed. You don't feel you're as private as you are in some of the other Sky Suites. Princess also had that problem with their skywalk that they have on their Royal class ships. They had some really nice cabins, but when you walk out on that Royal, the skywalk, you can look directly down into those balconies that are there. Some of those cabins were very expensive cabins, and people just stopped booking them completely. But guess who got them? Those people who requested an upgrade or said an upgrade is okay. Those are the folks that ended up in those types of cabins. You can see what I mean by an upgrade is not necessarily an upgrade. Also, if you're in the category that's just below suites and you get upgraded to a suite, it may seem like a small thing, but some of the costs are going to go up. For instance, your gratuity fees for your service attendant, if you're in a suite, is usually more than if you're in a regular balcony or a mini suite. So that cost goes up. Even though it sounds like it's free, there is cost associated with having it. Now, myself, the difference of a $2 a day per person upgrade, into a suite, I think I would take it. I really do. However, it is something that people get caught off guard with and they're not quite sure. But here is, believe it or not, one of the biggest downfalls of saying yes to a free upgrade. And that is, you never know what you miss until you have it. So for example, you're in a interior cabin. You like saving money, you like booking an interior cabin, you're comfortable, you've done about 8 sailings in interior, you're perfectly fine, and suddenly you get upgraded and you're placed in a large balcony cabin. And suddenly you can sit out in your balcony, suddenly the room is larger, suddenly you're higher up on the deck, you see sunshine all day, and suddenly now that interior cabin doesn't look as acceptable as it did before. Now, every time you go back to that interior cabin, you're going, man, I wish I was back in a balcony. And you will find that you want to book balconies now from now on. And the same goes for every category. I'm telling you, balconies are plenty big for myself. I usually travel solo. But the first time I brought a friend of mine on a cruise and I wanted to spoil her a little bit and show her a big cabin, and I booked a owner's suite on one of the smaller ships, a 5-day ship sailing. Hi there. Yeah, these are the ones we always want to ring the doorbell and walk by, but that's your room.
That's your room.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Don. Don.
Yeah, we might have different rooms than you're expecting.
Don. Yes.
I think I got her.
You sneak. You absolute sneak. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Bear with me. I'm a little shocked right now. He tricked me.
I didn't tell her
He
I
said
got
we
sweets.
we just had a regular
Hi there.
A balcony, right?
Yeah.
That's what. So I've been tricked, and I'm very sorry.
Welcome to
No.
your,
Okay.
welcome to your royal.
Oh, okay. I can't go in here.
Come on. You gotta go. Thanks.
Ridiculous.
This excuse us, we still.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna drop and
I'm
go.
still shocked.
And I went into that cabin and I went, oof, I really like this cabin. And then I went back to a regular balcony after that. That regular balcony never seemed so small to me in my life as that next cruise. Now, I didn't lament it because I know the cost of booking. It wasn't a free upgrade or anything. I booked that. I know how much those two balconies, those two suites cost me. Well, that's why I don't go back. However, every once in a while, I'm looking through suites when I'm booking. And I can't help but think back to the size of those cabins, the services of the cabin, and all the good things that came with it. And I'm telling you, it makes it much harder to sail the way you used to sail once you have those upgrades, whether it be interior to balcony, balcony to mini suite to suite. It makes all the difference in the world. Well, I hope you appreciate this little video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.